Have you ever paid for a movie ticket, walked into the theater, and realized halfway through, this movie is absolutely terrible, but you stay anyway? You're not enjoying it. You're checking your phone. You're mentally gone. So why are you still sitting there? Because you already paid for it. That's called the sunk cost effect. When what you've already spent makes you keep going, even when quitting might be the smarter move. What is a sunk cost? When we make decisions, we don't just think about what we'll gain in the future. We also think about what we've already put in: time, money, effort, even if that effort is irreversible. This is a powerful psychological bias called the sunk cost effect, also known as the Concorde fallacy. In the 1960s, the British and French governments co-invested in building the supersonic Concorde jet. It was massive, fast, and outrageously expensive. One engine alone cost millions to develop. But as the project moved forward, they realized it wasn't commercially viable. Too loud, too polluting, too costly to operate. So why didn't they stop? Because they'd already spent so much. To cancel now felt like admitting failure. So they kept going, pouring in more money to justify the money already spent. That's the sunk cost effect in full force. This bias isn't just for governments. It shows up in your daily life too, like staying in a boring movie, or finishing a bad meal just because you paid for it, or sticking with a failing project because you've already spent months on it. We don't want to waste what we've invested, even if walking away is the better call. Now here's the twist. What if you could use sunk cost as a strategic tool in business? Let's look at 3 real-world examples. Scene 1, the sofa shop. A customer walks into a boutique furniture store. They try out 5 different sofas. They ask dozens of questions. They chat with the salesperson for 45 minutes. That salesperson has now invested time, energy, and attention. That's a sunk cost. So when the customer hesitates at the price, the salesperson is more likely to offer a discount, just to make sure their effort doesn't go to waste. Sunk cost on the seller's side. Scene 2, the deposit strategy. You're selling a $10,000 product. Instead of asking for full payment, you ask for a small deposit, say $500. Now the customer has skin in the game. Even if their excitement fades, they'll think, I already paid $500. I might as well go through with it. That tiny sunk cost, it tips the scale toward purchase. Scene 3, the wedding effect. They had the big wedding, the venue, the guests, the flowers, the photos. It was beautiful and expensive. But a year later, the relationship hits a rough patch. Arguments, distance, doubt. Now comes the hard question. Should they walk away? Rationally, maybe yes. Emotionally, not so easy. They've invested so much. Not just money, but time, effort, family, and memories. And walking away would feel like throwing it all away. That's not love speaking. That's the sunk cost effect. Key takeaways. 1, it's not good or bad. It's just a mental habit, a human response to loss we can't undo. 2, you can use it intentionally. Create small commitments early. Time, effort, money, and people are more likely to follow through. 3, but the best business minds know when to walk away. If something no longer makes sense, don't let past effort trap you in a bad decision. A wise investor knows when to cut losses. A great negotiator makes sure the other side can't.